What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some insane battles submitted to the channel by the recent Master League Battle of Spice winner, Kingperia464, who ran a triple shadow Grasshole team in the Open Master League. I don't think I've ever been this excited to see a Grasshole team in the Go Battle League. Do bear in mind these battles are only in rank 18, but Kingperia still makes some brilliant plays. Now before we get into the battles, let's start with the question of the day. What's the weirdest typical meta Great League team that you've seen someone build for a different league like the Ultra League or the Master League? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we lead Aggron into Gardevoir. Very good lead, and actually I think we probably do pretty well with our entire team. Here they swap into a Rhyperior. We come in with our Shadow victreebel, fully Razor Leaf farm them down. They come in with a Togekiss, so the opponent also running a fast move beat down team. But unfortunately for them, they're going to get absolutely destroyed by the Shadow Aggron here. We're going to come back in with the Aggron. Going to commit to the farm down. Nope, actually going to go for the Heavy Slam straight away. Heavy Slam grabs the final shield from the opponent, and at this point we can safely shield, fully farm them down, and come out with pretty much another Heavy Slam loaded. And here the opponent is actually just going to concede the match, and we take that first game. So you can already see the fast move beatdown is absolutely real. And into the next game we see a Togekiss in the lead, another brilliant lead for the Shadow Aggron. They eventually swap into a Garchomp, and unfortunately these Dragon Tails are doing absolutely huge damage. The opponent gonna commit to the full farm down, so we go for a Leaf Blade here, and Leaf Blade does grab the first shield. We come in with Torterra. They farmed up so much energy, so we will shield the first charge move, and they do bait us with a Sand Tomb, which is unfortunate. They get to another charge move. At this point I think we just let this go through, and we do let it go through. Just another Sand Tomb. We get the farm down. That's great. What are they going to come back in with? Will they come in with Togekiss? No, they come in with Tyranitar. We can go for the Frenzy Plant. This will do massive damage to the Tyranitar, and we let them farm us down. We come in with our Aggron, and now this point is going to be a very easy win. Going to go straight for the Meteor Beam. If they do shield this up, we will ramp up our damage, and it doesn't matter. We'll be able to fully farm them down. We will shield the charge move. I actually don't think we need to there, but it doesn't matter. They actually get a boost, so yeah, probably did need to shield that, but able to smack down, farm down the Togekiss, and take that game. Into the next game, we see a Dragonite in the lead, so Aggron just picking up such brilliant leads for us here. The opponent is staying in, so very interesting. We're obviously going to shield this, could be a superpower. And it's just a Dragon Claw bait, which is unfortunate, but we get the farm down. That is great. They're now going to come in with a Kyogre. We're going to go for the Meteor Beam and then probably swap out into our victreebel. And that's exactly what we do. The opponent comes in with a Mewtwo. Unfortunately, they barely get to the charge move before we get to a Leaf Blade. We kind of have to let the victreebel go down. Going to come in with our Shadow Torterra. Unfortunately, don't get the farm down before they get to the charge move. And Side Strike would do huge damage, so we do shield it up. Unfortunately, this Kyogre does get to a charge move. Surf is going to be neutral due to the grass and ground typing, but we tank it, and we're going to commit to the full Razor Leaf farm down, and we get it up against the Kyogre, and we take that game. Into the next game, we see Kyogre in the lead this time, so we swap into our Shadow Torterra. The opponent comes in with a Palkia, and this is actually not so bad because we do deal neutral damage with the Razor Leaf. We get to the Frenzy Plant, grab the first shield from this Palkia, but they do farm us down. They're going to come out with a lot of energy, so we will let the first move go through. And they actually go for a Draco Meteor, so that probably does slightly more damage than an Aqua Tail, but they definitely should have gone for Aqua Tail there. I'm assuming they probably just had a single move Palkia there. Otherwise, not really sure why they go for Draco, but it doesn't matter. Here we've got 2 shields remaining, and Shadow victreebel should be able to just fully Razor Leaf farm down the entire team. So here, actually, no, there's no point in that. We're going to just go straight for the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade still doesn't take them out, but one more Razor Leaf does, and now at this point, we will be able to get to another Leaf Blade here up against this Kyogre, and this should be a very easy win for us. Now, here, going for the farm down, and we actually get the farm down as we get the energy for the Leaf Blade, so didn't need the charge move, and we take that game. Into the next game, we see a Garchomp in the lead, not very good for us here, and we swap into the Shadow victreebel, and unfortunately, we actually do get to the Leaf Blade just barely before they fully farm us down, and we do grab a shield, which is great. At this point, we're going to come in with the Shadow Torterra. Are we going to call the bait? No, we're going to shield up, and it is an outrage, so that would have done massive damage. Can we get the farm down? Yes, we can. Before they get to a charge move, that is perfect. They come in with a Smackdown Tyranitar, going for the Frenzy Plant. This will do massive damage, or grab the final shield. They're now going to swap into a Dragonite, so we can come in with our Shadow Aggron, and we should be able to throw the Heavy Slam here, but they throw on the CMP tie. Very good counting by the opponent. But once again, they go for Draco Meteor. This is very, very interesting from the opponents here. Not going for Superpower or Aqua Tail, but here we should hopefully still be fine. We're going to have to tank a charge move from this Tyranitar. They go for Stone Edge. It's resisted. We can barely get to the Heavy Slam. And from this range, Heavy Slam up against Tyranitar. Gonna take them out, and we take that game. So another crazy game. These games are just so fast paced, even in the Open Master League. Into the next game, we see a Dialga in the lead, and yeah, this is not great for us whatsoever. Unfortunately, all three Pokemon should typically lose to Dialga in even shields anyway, but we do grab the first shield from this Dialga, but unfortunately the Dialga has farmed to pretty much 100 energy here, so they're going to go for an Iron Tail. We're going to shield up the first one. Sorry, Iron Head, my bad. I have not played Open Master League in ages, and I completely forgot what moves Dialga actually learns, but unfortunately it looks like they're going to farm us down, so we swap into the victreebel. They come in with a Melmetal, and this is not really ideal for us here, because in Great League this is not so bad, but in the Open Master League the CP difference is huge, and unfortunately we lag there. We don't get off the charge move before they throw the next one, and that's really unfortunate. We could have done with some chip damage here in this matchup, but we're going to come in with our Shadow Torterra. We've seen they've got Rock Slide. Hopefully they don't have Superpower. Hopefully they've got something like Thunderbolt instead. They go for another Rock Slide, not wanting to debuff their attack straight away if they are running Superpower. We're going to have to wait and see. They go for another Rock Slide, so it looks like they're not running Superpower. Otherwise they would have thrown it at this point. And here we can safely no shield once again and commit to the full Razor Leaf farm down up against a Steel type. That is insane. We're now going to go for a Frenzy Plant up against the Dialga, coming back in, and even resisted. Frenzy Plant takes out the Dialga. We've got another Frenzy Plant to throw into the Groudon that's just come in. Frenzy Plant does massive damage. One more Razor Leaf takes out the Groudon, and we take that game. That was absolutely insane. Into the next game, we see another Kyogre in the lead. Not ideal. Going to swap into one of our Razor Leaf users. The opponent's staying in. They have no idea what to do up against a Shadow Razor Leaf user in the Open Master League. They go for a Surf, and they're actually going to just completely be farmed down by the Razor Leaf user here. Now they come in with a Metagross, so yeah, very poor play by the opponent. Should have definitely swapped into the Metagross, but here we get to the back-to-back Leaf Blades. We've already grabbed one shield. Can we grab a second shield from this opponent that doesn't really know what they're doing? Yes, we certainly can. And at this point, I think we're actually going to let it go through. They go for an Earthquake, so wow, what on earth is going on in this battle here? The opponent probably going to go for another Earthquake, probably single moved. So we'll see. Earthquake does get shielded. That is a great shield. That would have obviously taken us out. Probably would have taken out two Shadow Aggron from this range here. But we go for a Heavy Slam, take out the Metagross. They've got a Tyranitar in the back. We're going to get to another Heavy Slam. This should do massive damage to the Tyranitar, and it should put them into range where we can farm them down. Unfortunately, they do barely get to a charge move, but at this point, remember, they've got a Kyogre in the back. We've still got a Shadow Razor Leaf user. Actually, no, the Kyogre went down. What am I talking about? And we're able to Razor Leaf farm down that Tyranitar and take that game. Into the next game, another Garchomp in the lead. Gonna swap into our Shadow Victreebel, and oof, this is not great. They're going to go for a Sand Tomb straight away. We're going to let it go through, but it does a lot of damage, and we barely don't get to the Leaf Blade. That is not ideal. Going to come in with our Shadow Torterra here, and we will tank this. We know it's just another Sand Tomb. It is resisted by the Grass typing. We're going to commit to the farm down. We get the farm down. That's great. They didn't swap either, so they probably don't have something that's great up against Grass types, but what do I know? They've got a Reshiram. We go for the Stone Edge. Stone Edge does grab a shield, but now we can swap into our Shadow Aggron. Gonna shield this charge move here. Fusion Flare would have done a lot of neutral damage here, so we're going to go for the Smackdown Farm Down, but they swap into a Dragonite, and this is perfect for us. We can go for the Meteor Beam. Meteor Beam gonna ramp up our attack, even though it does get shielded, and we should be able to fully farm them down. They do throw the Charge Move at the last second, but it doesn't matter. Outrage, resisted, we shield it up anyway. Smackdown, farm down the Reshiram, and we take that game. Into the next game, we see Nihilego in the lead. Absolutely perfect lead for us here. I think they were running Acid as well, which is obviously not very good. You want to run Poison Jab if you want to run Nihilego, but a lot of people don't have the resources to run it anyway. But here we are able to fully farm down a Vaporeon. They come back in with Nihilego, and yeah, it definitely is Acid that they're running, so not a very good moveset there on the opponent's Pokemon. We're going to come in with Aggron. We do resist everything, I believe. Rock Slide, not going to do too much damage, and we triple resist these Acid fast moves, so we're taking absolutely no damage here. We go for the Heavy Slam. We actually grab the shield from the opponent. We can let this move go through. Rock Slide, still not going to do too much damage, and at this point they come in with a Primarina. We go straight for the Meteor Beam. This is going to do so much damage and actually one-shot the Primarina. Oh my god, and we're able to farm down the Nihilego and take that game. And you can see here we are in our 4-0 run so far. Can we make it a 5-0 run? We lead into a Mamoswine, and the opponent gonna get to the Charge Move here. I'm not sure if that's enough for the high horsepower, and it was just an Avalanche, but they swap into a Confusion Mewtwo, so this is a pretty good matchup for the Shadow Aggron. And here the opponent throws after 4 Confusions, so this can only be a Side Strike. We will let it go through, and we should be able to fully smack down, farm down the Confusion. You can see it is a under-leveled Mewtwo right there, so that's where we're able to fully farm it down. We go for the Meteor Beam, and unfortunately they do farm us down, and this is not looking good for us, but luckily it's not a fully powered up Dragonite, so here we will actually shield in this matchup. They go for the Outrage. That would have done a lot of damage even from an under-leveled Dragonite, but here we can go for a Frenzy Plant, double resisted, but it takes out the Dragonite, and we're able to fully Razor Leaf farm down the Mamoswine and take that game, and we do go 5-0 in that final set. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, then make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, let me know, and as well don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that being said, let's get into the shoutouts from my previous video. So firstly, we got Erison, who says 2900s climb with a typical lead, then all of a sudden I'm flabbergasted by the sight of a fully built Dwebble and Stuffle in the back. Still won, but honestly shocked. Props to that guy. And yeah, honestly, at 2900s it's very unusual to see Spice like that, unless maybe it's a former legend who's already reached legend to hit their goals and they're just running stuff for the fun of it. Next we got Nitish Kumar, who says Parasect, Porygon 2 Shadow and Scizor Shadow. So a very glassy team, double bug, very interesting, not too sure what you do up against fire types, but a very spicy team indeed. And finally we got JCL, who says Shadow Magmortar, Boswell and Rotom. I won with 1 HP left on my Shadow Charizard, but yeah, once again a very spicy team. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.